If you struggle with anxiety and stress, you're always being told to calm down or to do some self-care, but you're not really sure what self-care means because anytime you do a face mask or you go on vacation, yeah, it feels good in the moment, but then your stress levels are the same as they always are when you get back. Then this video is going to help you find a self-care routine that actually works for you and has a big impact on your stress levels. Welcome to Mind Body Mel. I'm Dr. Mel, and longtime chronic illness and anxiety sufferer turned naturopathic doctor. I help you find real, simple ways to support your mental health in your real life. I spent so many years of my life this little anxiety ball, stressed out all the time, and I just didn't know how to handle it. I felt like I was always living for the next weekend where I could just do absolutely nothing. But then the weekend would happen and I'd spend part of it stressed that I wasn't relaxed enough and taking advantage of it. And then the week would start again and I'd be back to square one with my stress and anxiety. It wasn't until I learned what true self-care is, not just the stuff that you see on TV like face masks and bubble bath, but true well-rounded self-care that takes care of your mind, your body, your spirit. That's when things started to change. And creating a routine that made it part of my daily life instead of feeling like this big chore that I had to do that added more stress. With this new self-care routine, I was finally able to calm my anxiety and become more resilient to stress. So today we're going to talk about why self-care matters, what real self-care actually looks like, and the 3-step routine that I do every day that you can do too to take care of yourself. So grab yourself a cup of tea and let's get started. We all have a bucket of our emotional capacity. Our bucket, our capacity can start to fill up with things like a big deadline at work or having to care for a sick family member, even managing your own chronic illness every day. And we can deal with the bucket being half full for a while. That's our resiliency to stress. But as it gets higher and higher, eventually it's going to spill over. And it can be the smallest little stressor, like someone honking at you on the highway, that sends you over the edge. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but when that bucket does overflow, that's when you can see things like panic attacks, burnout, autoimmune diseases developing. So we really want to prevent that bucket from overflowing in the first place, and that's where self-care comes in. Good self-care helps to let a little bit of water out of that bucket. That's why vacations and weekends off feel so good in the moment, because you're giving yourself back that capacity. But when it's over and it's happening so infrequently, you wind up back at square one. Now, doing self-care might not solve everything. If you are struggling with panic attacks, autoimmune disease, anxiety, and it's really impacting your life every single day, I highly encourage you to see a licensed naturopathic doctor who can get to the root cause of why your bucket is so full all the time. Self-care is preventative care. When we're at that point where the bucket is already overflowing, it means that we've been ignoring some of those warning signs for a while. And now, when it overflows, you're forced to deal with it, with the burnout, the autoimmune conditions, whatever it may be. When you make self-care a part of your daily life, you give yourself back that capacity. When you have more capacity, you're able to make decisions with more clarity, have greater empathy for other people, and dream bigger and be inspired with creativity. So you're like, okay, I know I need to be doing better self-care. What am I actually supposed to be doing? I think we're all familiar with the idea of self-care as getting your nails done or taking a bubble bath. And it can definitely include that, don't worry. But often these things are a shorter dopamine hit, and our self-care needs to go a little bit deeper. It starts with the intention of every day checking in with what you really need. Every season of life looks different. Self-care is going to look different if you have kids and a family you're running around, or you're a college student studying for finals. We all need different things, and we need different things in different seasons of our life. Self-care can mean creating a budget and checking in with your money every day so you're not so stressed about it. Self-care can mean meal prepping on Sundays so you always have delicious, nourishing meals that you can pull out and easily reheat during the workday. Self-care can mean scheduling a doctor's appointment, going to therapy, setting a boundary with your time and energy, and saying no. The key to real self-care is to match the season of life that you're in with self-care practices that are going to support that current season. For a well-rounded approach to self-care, think about this in 3 categories. 1, your mind. How can you support yourself today so that your mind feels clearer? What would help you to feel more present and calm? 2, your body. How can you feel good in your body? Do you need to move? Do you need to rest? What would help you feel more at home in your physical body? And 3, your joy. How can I create more joy in my everyday life? What makes me smile? What would make me feel lighter? What is something that my inner child is craving? Often with self-care, we've got the rest or the pampering part down, we're tending to our bodies, but we're missing that mind and joy approach that helps us to feel present and enjoy our lives. So what does this actually look like day to day? I started doing a daily routine. I call it Mind Body Joy, so it's easy to remember, where I pick one activity from each category to support my mind, body, and joy every day. You can do all 3 activities in the morning as a way to do a morning routine or spread them out throughout the day. What I love about this framework is it's really flexible, and I don't like doing the same thing every day. So with this, you can pick different activities that have the same intention of supporting yourself. Depending on your energy levels that day or what you're in the mood for, you can change up the activity. If you're feeling low energy and short on time, your Mind Body Joy might look like 5 minutes of stream of consciousness, brain dump journaling, just to get your thoughts out on the page, a warm shower where you're thinking in the shower and checking in with your body on how you're feeling. For your joy, a FaceTime with a loved one who always makes you laugh. If you have a bit more time, you might reorganize the pantry that always drives you crazy anytime you have to go into it. Go for a hike outside or a workout at the gym, and then working on a crochet project or one of your favorite hobbies. If you want a full list of ideas of what you can do for your Mind Body Joy every day, check out the description below. I have a free download with over 50 ideas of things that you can do. The key to remember is that it doesn't have to take a ton of time. Your self-care should not stress you out. It's about intention, it's about care, it's about showing up for yourself so that you have the capacity to be your best self in your relationships, at work, with your family. By carving out these small pockets of time and not just taking care of yourself on the weekend or on vacation, you're able to give yourself that capacity back and finally lower your stress and your anxiety. Things come up in life. We can't always control the stress that's around us, but doing 3 things for yourself every day will help you to show up as the best version of yourself and to show up for the people around you from a place of presence and care. If you love this video, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss an upload. I share new videos every week and more content on Instagram and TikTok. Let me know in the comments, what are you gonna do today for your mind, body, and joy? Until next time, be gentle with yourself.